Anonymous, episode, I think, 233, maybe?
Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck? So, this is your duo episode with me and Ponderous. We are both in the same room in Cassville, hanging out, had a weekend.
Hell yeah.
We're going to goof and talk about that. We played Zero League all weekend.
You're goddamn right.
And so that was fun. We went to a theme park, though.
We did.
Right? So...
And it beat the shit out of us.
Yeah,
as
no,
a matter
it was
of fact.
Actually, I felt super old whenever I got back.
I'm 20 and I felt old, so I don't think that was just you.
So yeah, we did the like gamut of like 8 roller coasters, and then did one more again, and the park was completely like vacant, like there was nobody there.
Yeah.
Because it was raining, and that was cool because I mean the rain wasn't bad. It wasn't like horrific experience. Except whenever you got on the roller coasters and Michael kept going like, let's sit in the front. And I'm like, no, let's not sit in the front.
No, you didn't. Okay, don't act like you put up that much of a fight. You're just like, where do you want to sit? And I'm like, let's sit in the front. You're like, okay.
Yeah, okay. Well, the underlying sarcasm in my voice there should have been an indication that I thought it was a bad idea.
Well,
It was like, okay, Michael, I don't think this is a great plan, but sure, let's do this. So
I have the tism, so I can't detect sarcasm.
So we sat in the front, and there's 2 rides in particular that had absolutely no windshield at all.
Yeah.
And they were speed ones, and like raindrops hitting your face at like 60, 70 miles an hour actually kind of hurt.
Yeah, it actually kind of hurt a lot.
So, one might describe that as like sandpaper on one's face.
Yeah.
Or
especially on like your soft parts, like your lips and your ears and your
eyeballs.
Eyes. Yeah.
Eyeballs were the worst.
Yeah, eyeballs was bad.
Michael got ear jizzed by God on one of the rides when a raindrop went straight into his ear canal at like 70 miles an hour.
Oh yeah, it's not a pleasant experience. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone.
So we did that. It was actually really fun though. Like we had a good time. Michael learned some things about the bald knobbers.
Oh yeah, they're these fucking queers that used to rob people. Is that the gist of it?
Yeah, it's pretty much the gist of it. They had weird like KKK hats.
But they weren't KKK hats.
They weren't KKK hats because they were had like striped. I don't know what
you know that hat thing, the beanie thing that Logan Paul was wearing when he got in trouble in fucking Japan for going to the suicide forest?
Wait, Logan Paul went to the suicide forest with like a weird ear beanie on?
Yeah. But the what? Look up the pictures of that. What he was wearing there, if you turned it into a hat and then covered your face with it, that's what it looked like. We're gonna pull it up for the stream.
See if I can find Logan.
Look up Logan Paul's suicide.
Wait, I can't type suicide beanie.
Yeah,
oh my God, it's pretty close. So, wait, he went to the suicide forest wearing that?
Yeah.
What the fuck is wrong with this kid?
What? That's your problem?
Well, no, it's just like, Jesus.
Erect penis
I
upon
have-
finding a corpse.
I just knew that he went to the suicide forest. I didn't know that he went to the suicide forest.
Well, did you know what he got in
wearing
trouble
that.
for?
Well, it was like showing the bodies.
And he was like laughing at it.
He was laughing at the bodies?
Yes, he was laughing. That's why he got in trouble.
I thought it was just like really bad taste. Like
no, he was
you don't
laughing.
Show the suicide forest and make like a thing out of it.
Well, that's
because
true.
They're dead people, and I was like, okay, well, I still think it's kind of an interesting concept for a video. Like, it's a suicide forest, like a documentary style. You know what I mean?
You're giving Logan Paul so much credit right now.
No, that's not my intention is to give him anything but, like, shame. Because I just saw the hat he wore. No, what I'm saying is, I thought that it was like, oh, I'm Logan Paul. I'm going to go to the suicide forest and you can see a dead body and like tell the story of the suicide forest. But that's not what he was doing at all.
No.
Like, quite clearly from the thumbnail, he was showing up to poke a body with a stick. And like,
he didn't quite go that far, but he did. He showed up and he was like, "Dude, we found a dead body." Like
dead body, bro.
Yeah, it was.
Check out my cool hat.
Well, and he was making fun of like Japanese people while he was in Japan a lot. So
why was he doing that?
Because he's retarded.
But I mean, what did he do to make fun of Japanese?
I don't remember.
People?
He was like, I don't remember if he was doing this or if he was doing like, or if he was like bowing to people like a fucking tard. I don't remember.
Well, I
what he
mean,
was
don't
doing.
you? Isn't that like polite though?
Not if you're fucking doing it like a.
Like
a jerk off.
Like
he was. I don't remember what he did specifically, but he was definitely making fun of Japanese people.
Okay, so all around, really.
Which that wouldn't have been enough for him to make headlines, because it's like Logan Paul goes to another country and there's a douchebag. It's
makes
like,
an ass out of himself. Yeah,
that's standard. But no.
How did this guy get famous?
Doing a bunch of dumb shit on YouTube.
Yep.
Kids love it.
Okay. That's fine.
Our audience is entirely 30-year-olds, so.
Yeah, right. We skew heavy on the demographic.
Yeah. Well.
So anyway, so we did that. We did not visit any of the local suicide forests, but the bald
technically we did.
What?
From that story that you were telling me.
What story?
About the guy driving into the woods. We did drive through a suicide forest.
Oh, fuck, we did drive through a suicide forest. That's true. Oh, man. Okay, so, like, true story. There's, like, the Mark Twain National Forest is right by Cassville. And in high school, one of my friends, or at least, like, a guy I knew pretty well, you know, to the extent that if you're in a, like, high school with 140 graduating class, you kind of know everybody. But, like, yeah, he just drove off into the woods, like, in his car and, like, picked a trail. And nobody could find the dude for, like, 2-3 weeks. And turns out he had, like, killed himself by taking, like, a garden hose and putting it in the thing. And then through the, you know, like, rolled
inhaling
up all the
exhaust,
windows
basically.
And whatever.
Yeah.
So, like... Yeah, I guess that was a suicide forest. I just didn't realize, like, it's not been done commonly, though. It's not like the suicide.
Well,
forest.
it was
a suicide. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, okay, that's fair. I guess we did do that.
We covered all our bases on this.
Yeah. Well, we didn't, like, point and laugh at the place where he died or anything.
Oh, yeah. Well.
You know, or wear stupid hats while we were doing it. Though you did have that hair. You know.
My hair is completely normal, Blake.
By the way, Michael and I went to like the local game shop, and the guy also acknowledged that Michael has Egon hair, like immediately.
Not immediately.
Yeah,
it's not like I walked in the door and then he's like, "Oh shit, it's fucking Egon."
He was like,
You were like, "Do you remember the old Ghostbusters cartoon?" And the guy's like, yeah." And then you're like, "Do you remember that character Egon?" And he's like, yeah. Doesn't this guy have Egon hair? And he's like, "Oh yeah, I can kind of see it. I can see it a little bit."
He was like, "Oh, I can kind of see it a little bit." He was like, "Oh, he definitely has Egon hair." And I was like, "Yes."
Lies.
High five.
Slander.
So, anyway, yeah. So we did that. We shot a shotgun. Turns out Michael has bitch ears and couldn't take it. Like,
it was making my ears ring. Shooting the shotgun. I didn't
it was like a 12 gauge. It wasn't anything too terrible.
Well, my ears reacted the way that they reacted. It doesn't really. My ears weren't like, "Oh, this is just a 12 gauge. I'm not gonna fucking ring for a 12 gauge."
Right.
It's like.
Yeah. So we shot some clay pigeons. That was fun. What else did we do?
Let's see. We went to.
Kids soccer.
Oh yeah, I watched his kid play soccer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a ringer on my team.
Oh yeah, that kid was a fucking monster.
And so like,
this is 5-year-olds playing soccer.
Right, this is 5-year-olds playing soccer, and like basically, if one kid on your team like is really into soccer, they'll just destroy everybody else because they like want to win.
Yep.
And I have one of those.
Yes.
And he scored like I don't know how many goals,
10
like
or 11,
15,
probably.
something like that.
Yeah.
So
Too
I
many.
kept trying to sub the kid out, but like.
There was one person on the bench.
There was one person on the bench to.
They were playing 3-on-3 soccer, and there were 4 people on Blake's team today.
Yeah, and then I like one of the dads, like for the 5th teammate, apparently just told another one of the parents, like, oh yeah, my kid's, he's quitting. He doesn't like it. So we're done. Didn't even call me to tell me.
Well, he said he didn't have your phone number, didn't he?
Bullshit. My name is on every billboard in town. You know what I mean? Like,
oh no, Kelsey Fields is
can't
calling.
find my phone number, huh? Likely excuse, since it's literally plastered on every entrance and exit to town.
I did see like 2 or 3 billboards that have Blake's face and phone number on them. So he's a real lawyer. I can confirm. I went to his law practice. One of the fucking people at his law practice, when I walked in the door, she's like, "Oh, are you Astro?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not Astro."
I don't know how she figured that out. I don't think she listens to the podcast.
But
okay,
she asked me
like 3 times. Give me 1 second.
His wife is...
Yeah, what's up, dear? Because I'm recording the podcast right now.
She said, "Not my problem."
Why? I thought they were coming home at like 2. Oh, why'd you do that? Okay. Well, it's going to be a short podcast this week. Well, all right, bye. All right, my kids are going to be home like any second now, apparently. So
I can carry this podcast solo. It's what I do every time I'm on.
That's what I do every time, no matter what.
Wow.
So yeah, we played a lot of Smash, and it turns out Michael may have the edge on me on Smash.
Maybe a little bit.
Just a hair. So, you know, though...
the fire's been lit under Blake's
Actually, I
part.
think I'm just going to work on getting better at Smash and then smash you at Smash. That's the idea.
Well, I have shitty Wi-Fi at my house, so
Yeah, you do.
you'll never get to play
go
me.
back to your parents' house and play Smash.
That sounds like a thing that I'm not very likely to do.
How far away are your parents' house from your like apartment?
Not that far, like...
Yeah, just pack up the Switch, go over there, get your mom to make you food, and then play some Smash.
Okay.
I mean, it wouldn't be that bad.
No.
And you just be like, hey, I'm here for dinner. And that's...
I'm here for your internet, woman!
And that's a lie, because you're really there for the internet. But she doesn't need to know that. She'll be happy you made a visit.
That's true.
Yeah. So then the rest of the time was Michael trying to hook up with his Tinder date.
Not true. That makes it sound like I matched with a Tinder girl from fucking Missouri.
No, you
and I'm
matched
like trying to
with a
have a
Tinder girl
one-night
from, like,
stand
San Antonio.
before I go back to San Antonio. I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna...
Yeah, if you did match with a Tinder girl here, I wonder what that would be like.
I wonder as well.
Who you would match with. Now I'm curious. You should definitely flip through the app.
Not gonna do that.
See what local talent's out there.
Okay. Yeah,
So-
and it would be local talent, trust
It
me.
would be local talent. But anyway, so yeah, that was fun. Props to Michael. I've seen the pictures. She's actually pretty cute. So
And
good job.
Blake's opinion of what my Tinder dates look like is
I just noticed
of
that
utmost importance.
she did leave her like very thick glasses off of the picture. You know, because
The
I
glasses
assume,
that she doesn't wear.
Yeah, I assume this girl, if she's matched with Michael, is probably like Mr. Magoo level blind. Do you have trouble on your dates? Do you have to like make sure doors are open and things and like warn her
Blake.
about steps?
Look at me, Blake. Look at me and tell me I'm not
I
attractive.
am looking at you. We're in the same room.
Fine, Twitch chat, look at me.
Yeah.
YouTube fuckers, look at me. Tell me I'm not pretty.
Yeah, she's either blind or like has a club foot or something.
Doesn't have either of those things.
I've not seen like a full body pic, but I assume there's like something going on there.
She's pretty tall.
Is she tall?
She's like 5'9".
That's tall for a girl for sure. So
Do we have 0 viewers right now?
I don't know, probably.
That's
I mean, we didn't really announce that we were doing this.
That's true.
So I'm not really too worried about it, but it's more of an improv thing. I'm just trying to pop out the chat in case we actually have anybody in the chat right now.
Pop the chat.
But yeah, we were supposed to do this episode on like Thursday, but by the time he got here, it was like
10 o'clock.
Yeah, it was like super late. And I was like, I don't really want to do that. And then
And I was
Friday,
tired.
Friday I had like 2 work things to do, which took me way longer than I thought. Did I tell you that I actually like went to the wrong building?
Yeah, I heard you talking on the phone about it.
Yeah,
You didn't tell me.
It was
but I
pretty
heard.
awesome. I thought I had court that day, but it was like a team meeting, which by the way I could have called into had I have like known, so I wouldn't have had to have left. But
Fake lawyer problems.
yeah. Oh yeah. So let's put that to bed real quick. So like, in the time that I have like hosted, been on this podcast or whatever, I've had people actually doubt that I am a real lawyer. I don't know why people doubt that, but they totally do. And it made like zero sense to me because I've never, tried to hide it. You can Google my name and you will find my law office on there. In fact, somebody went as far as calling my office to make sure it was real.
Which don't do that.
Which please don't do that. I get weird questions from my staff. But, because they're like, the call I got was like, the office of Blake Fields, how can I help you? And they're like, oh my, is this like really a law office? Yes, it is. Oh, so it is real. Yes. How can I help you? Click. That was a phone call I got about a year and a half ago. So, Michael went through a tour of my office and the elaborately trained actors that I had set up in the building that I had created and, slapped my name onto and rented
out several billboards.
Yeah, and I rented out some billboards just to sell the whole, like, this is a fake lawyer's office thing. So, yeah.
I gotta... All jokes aside, people, Blake is a real lawyer. I've now witnessed the proof firsthand, and I know I'm widely considered the most trustworthy person on the podcast. So if you didn't trust him before, you can trust me now.
Actually, I think that's universally true.
What?
That you are the most trustworthy person on the podcast.
Why? Because I...
Universally considered as such.
Well, I say what I mean, and I mean what I say, Blake.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a slimy lawyer like you that just says whatever he can to get people on his side.
Hey, true.
I have this thing called integrity. Maybe you've heard of it.
Wait, where did that email go?
What email?
I was going to read an email for Astro's sense of self-worth.
Oh.
It's on here.
Well, apparently I look like Astros, so.
Yeah, apparently so.
Because your fucking receptionist was like, "Are you Astro?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not Astro." She didn't sound like that either. She sounded completely normal. But she asked if I was Astro.
Ah, here we go. Found it. Was this? Yeah, it was sent to email. Look up. All right, so since Astros is not here to feel good about
can I read it? Because
I'm
the most similar to Astros, apparently?
You've been identified as such before. So
okie dokie. Hello, I'm a fan of the show and felt compelled to write you all regarding a recent episode, more specifically claims made on an episode suggesting that positive feedback received about the lovely and talented Astros must have been submitted by Astros himself, as if there aren't any Astros fans. As if only Astros cares about Astros. I want to let you... First of all, I just have to say, this: if the other one sounded like it was written by Astros,
this one definitely sounds like it was written by Astros. So anyway, go on.
As if only Astros cares about Astros. I want to let you know this is not the case. The people do indeed love Astros. I was not the sender of that particular email, but I should have been. After hearing about Astros getting recognized in-game and hated on, which, can we talk about that?
Yeah, no, we can.
I felt bad for him. All he's ever done, in my honest opinion, is provide joy to all us losers who are the LOLA Podcast fan base. I do think all the LOLA streamers are, or most of the LOLA streamers are kind of cool, but none as cool or interesting as Astros. There's one in particular.
1 second. I love it that they went, I think all of them, most of them are cool. Like, anyway, go on.
There's one in particular whose name I don't recall, who seems nice and smart and able, but makes me feel like IRL he'd annoy them.
I think it's supposed to be likable.
Likable.
Yeah.
I don't recall who's... Okay, sorry. There's one in particular whose name I don't recall, who seems nice and smart and likable, but makes me feel like IRL he'd annoy the fuck out of me. So yeah, Astros is absolutely the best. You can take my word for it. Because I'm pretty smart myself and people like me. So anyways, I just hope... I'm curious who the fucking person he's talking about is, because that could totally be me.
Yeah, or me.
Or any of us, really.
Yeah, really, it could be any of us, because we're all pretty likable and you'd hate us in real life. So, I mean, that's, yeah.
So anyways, I just hope this can get to Astros so he can see what he means to us and know that even if his dad hates on him, strangers love him. Who needs dads anyways? Okay, I've typed Astro's name way too many times for comfort. See ya. Lates. Or is that I8s?
I think it's I8s. But anyway, sent from my iPhone. So I mean, this is
And the subject heading was definitely not Astros.
yeah, definitely not
So-
Astros was the subject.
And it was sent on April 1st.
Yeah, and it was sent on April 1st. So I mean, that happened. And so I don't know how to feel about that particular
That is
email.
100% an April Fool's joke.
Yeah, no, I wonder.
Who needs dads anyways?
Who needs Zeds anyways?
God fucking
But
damn.
we were talking about Astros getting hated on. You wanted to talk about Astros?
Oh yeah,
getting
so as a person that's been recognized in game and in Twitch chat maybe 3 times in my life, 4 times in my life.
Yeah, I mean it's rare, right?
It's rare, but it
It's
does
super rare.
happen. It does happen. But yeah, maybe 4 times I think. Twice was in Twitch chat, which was weird. But anyways, so I've been recognized a few times, and it's always people who are like, "Oh, I remember your podcast," blah blah blah. But then Astros recently was recognized in game, and what did they say to him?
They're like, "Hey, you're Astros from the LOLA Podcast," and he's like, "Yeah," and they're like, "You suck ass on the podcast."
This really happened.
That really,
We're not
like,
making this up.
Astros told us the story.
Yeah, Astros is the one who told us. Like, this is
I
not.
was like, oh, that's going on the podcast. Like, we're definitely talking about that. He's like, oh, really? And I was like, yeah.
God, I feel bad.
Well,
We're
it's
just making
so
fun
funny
of
'cause,
Astros.
like, I have been recognized. Like, I have been on this podcast for, like,
4 years now.
since the beginning. So, yeah, like 4 or however many years.
Fucking psycho.
And, like, yeah, I know, right? So, I've been recognized, like, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 times ever.
Yeah.
Like, once a year do I get recognized.
Right.
And
It's
then-
rare.
And then Astros, who's literally been on the show for like maybe even just a couple of months.
Yeah.
And only a few times. Like not
He's
not
been on maybe
there
like
a
what,
ton.
5
Yeah,
episodes,
like
6
five-
episodes?
Like maybe at most like 8 or 9,
Yeah.
you know, but anyway.
A sparing presence.
Yeah, like not a regular or wasn't a regular. Now I suppose he is, but you know, wasn't a regular at the time. And then all of a sudden it's like you get recognized. Oh my god, that's so cool. Only to get shit on by like a random human. I was like, oh man, that's rough. That would only happen to Astros though.
Oh, it totally would. I mean, to be fair, I'm still in the League community. I still have the best negative reviews for League of Legends Radio. And then
That's
remember, immediately when I joined LOLA, you guys got like your first
Yeah, like,
1-star review or something, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Like right when I joined the
Well,
podcast.
no, we got our first 1-star review like with commentary. Because we had gotten a 1-star review.
Oh,
before.
but somebody just clicked 1
Just
star and then
click
moved
1
on.
star and then just
Yeah, what did they?
so.
Can we find that? Can you find that on the?
It's kind of difficult to find because you have to dive for it on like Apple doesn't set up a system. By the way, do you know we haven't gotten like a review in
It's
like
a fucking pain in the ass
ever?
to leave reviews on iTunes.
Well, sure, I know it is, but I mean, like usually we get one like every few months or something, or like every couple of months or whatever, and somebody will leave a review. But we have not gotten any of those in like forever.
That was the thing that happened when I still did League of Legends radio. Blake was like, we were just met, I think, recently, and we were talking about iTunes reviews and or I guess Apple Podcast reviews. And Blake was complaining about their first 3-star review. Like they'd only gotten 5-star reviews after that.
Okay, so I just
before
got
that.
lazy and typed in LOLA Podcast, right? And there actually is another LOLA podcast called Little Alm Life Academy podcast. I think it's for like children.
Well, this podcast
So
is
an
the opposite of
exploration into well-being, yoga. I have no idea what that word even is. Ayurveda, meditation, and soul care.
that. Soul Care was in all caps, by the way. Everything
God
else is
bless.
like,
I feel very sorry for the people who are looking for that and then they find us. It's like, wait, what? Then there's another podcast if I type in Lola called Fucks Given.
I'm surprised that made it
And
through the
it's just
Apple
2
censors.
pictures of butts.
Yeah.
So, okay, let's just try again. Lola Podcast? Let's just type Lola Podcast and see if that comes up. or if I have to type out like the whole thing.
Why don't you click on this?
Well, no, because it won't go into reviews if you.
No, but it won't go to your. You can get to your page, and then from there you.
No, you can't get to your page.
Oh, that's right. Just type in League of Legends on this.
Yeah, I'll just type in League of Legends.
Hey, League of Legends Radio was at the top. Let's go.
Well, that's because I've searched it before.
Oh no, it's just.
Actually, look at this. First is The Dive, then LeagueCast Trinity Force, League Community Podcast, LOLA Podcast, League of Legends Radio, LCS Rundown, 4 Wards, then LOLA Podcast. Like,
how many of those are defunct?
2 of those don't even exist anymore. I don't
feel...
even think League Community Podcast exists anymore.
I don't think it does either.
Yikes.
I've been showing up on some charts in like Israel. Still get on their charts.
You still get on Israel?
Yeah, and some other countries. My dad has this.
Apparently, we had like a pretty decent like European thing.
Oh yeah.
By the way, this is fucked up. We don't have like the last 2 episodes. Oh no, we do.
So is this 232 then?
This is 232, not 233.
Well, whoops.
Apparently, according to this, anyway.
That's fine.
So,
anyway,
yeah. Okay,
reviews.
so going into reviews, we're gonna do that. See all. Wait.
Oh, is it gone?
Yeah, somebody changed the review to 2 stars. Apparently, their 1-star review. Yikes! This is it. This is the Ponderous Sea Lion 1 year ago. So, 2 stars from Chad Stonecock.
Oh yeah, it was Chad Stonecock.
Chad Stonecock.
I fucking forgot about that.
Yikes! Not too good anymore with the recent addition.
That was right after I joined, by the way.
Well, you also got a good one, too.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like, right when I joined, one person was like, Ponderous is the best fucking thing that ever happened to this podcast. I would literally choke on his dick right now if he was in this room. And then the other one's Chad Stonecock, and he's just like, man, fuck this retard.
Fuck that dude. He's a
Read the good one, too, so that my ego can be reinflated.
Okay, all right. I've listened to this podcast since I began playing League a year ago, January 2017. And this podcast is a big part of me getting to gold in my first ranked season, Season 7. Early 2017 was right when Ponderous Sea Lion's podcast was closing up shop. I literally checked LOL Radio for 2 months, hoping to get more episodes until I was forced to accept reality. Having Ponderous Sea Lion on LOLA makes an already awesome podcast skyrocket. A massive dose of blunt sarcasm and snarkiness from a fellow Texan and jungler is going to take the show to the next level. Someone needs to balance out the corny analogies from Wise Pop Smurf. Thank you again, Kirmasa. Anyway, looking forward to hear more from Ponderous Sea Lion in the future on LOLA. So there you go. That was the good one. Literally, those came down like within
like a couple days of me joining. Yeah, within less than a week of me joining, those are the 2 reviews we got.
We haven't gotten a new review since June 13th, 2018.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's insane. You know, I think that's probably why we're so far back. Because, like...
I don't have many reviews on LOL Radio, though. I got, like, even less than that. Let's find the shitty...
Well, no. You have 4.5 total stars, but
39 ratings.
Look, it even says it closed shop in 2017.
Yeah.
It even says that now. But LOELO has 1,000 ratings with 5 stars, closed shop in 2015. Yeah. Like, how are these things ahead of us?
Like,
can we find
the League of Legends radio ones?
The official League of Legends podcast from Riot shut down in 2017.
It only got 44 ratings. That's really funny.
It only got 44 ratings?
Yeah, look at it.
Why is that higher than us on the list? I guess it's number of subscribers, maybe, or
Apple keeps the the metric secret that they use to determine that shit. Nobody fucking knows what determines it. I believe that I don't remember. It has to do with like new subscribers times number of downloads. Reviews are somehow factored into that. But
we have 114 ratings. That's more than Riot got.
Yeah,
that's
by
insane.
A factor of almost 3. I think
that's
someone's
crazy.
here, by the way.
Yeah. No, my wife is home.
Oh.
So we'll wrap this thing up soon. But
okay.
Can
we close it by reading the reviews for LOL Radio, the funny ones?
Sure. I don't know why not. We might as well. We're already here.
Because they're really funny.
Are you talking about the bad ones?
Crushed me when I was a child. Yeah, the bad ones, of course.
Bad ones? We've done this before, but you know.
It was like, dude, that was like 2 years ago.
Let's revisit.
It was like a year at least ago.
Cured my bronze syndrome. That was one.
I know that guy. It definitely didn't.
It didn't? That's rough. Okay. Terrible. No one wants to listen to some kid for 15 to 20 minutes spout nonsensical crap. This kid actually thinks that people will listen to such a short podcast about one topic? Just one? Please. By JJJ Winger.
3 years ago.
Yep.
I was but a wee lad of 16 when I got that review.
Little baby Ponderous sea lion. And then the next 2 reviews are titled Terrible and Awful.
Oh, I forgot I got 3 bad reviews.
Yeah. Cliff Roger says, if you don't like League of Legends, this is the perfect podcast for you. All he does is trash talk Riot and talk about how stupid or terrible they are. Get this moron out of here.
And thank fucking God that 3 years later, Riot has gotten their act together, and I have no reason to criticize them anymore. Fucking idiots.
Okay, Wylan Cause I'm Hung is another one that you got a podcast review from. Sounds like this kid gets home from giving his fellow 8th graders a swirly and hops on his computer while his parents are still at work. Makes terrible jokes about his power as a podcaster and has no idea how to run a show.
I mean, guilty as charged, but still.
What's he talking about? What is this power thing?
Because I would joke about. Because the thing is, I was pretty self-aware. Like, I would joke about my ability to influence public opinion, which was basically 0.
Right.
And so I'd be like, I'm so powerful because I've got a platform that fucking anyone has access to.
Right.
Like, that was the joke, was that I don't have any power.
Right.
But Wylan, because I'm hung, didn't appreciate that humor.
Probably because he's so hung.
Well, when your cock is massive,
you
don't
have
to pay attention to
on the
else.
very first thing, it's like, you might also like LOLA Podcast.
Oh, it still says that it's published by Sam Hahn.
Yeah, it does. I have never fixed that. So, to be fair, most of them were.
True.
So I'll leave it on there forever.
Oh, yeah, no.
My name shows up second, I guess.
Yeah.
But he put me down as Wise Papa Smurf instead of
Blake Fields,
which is fine. I'm cool with that.
But nobody calls Sam just casual. Everyone calls him Sam Hahn.
Dude, what the hell is this? Game Boys?
Game Boys.
Is this still alive? It is.
Michael Luxembourg.
Yeah. 2 well-meaning idiot comedians. That may be cool.
Apex Legends.
Oh, no. They're just talking about games in general.
Oh.
Do they ever talk about, League?
I don't know. Maybe.
StarCraft? Brood War, though. Anyway. That being said, yeah, guys, I'd love it if people would drop us reviews more than anything because I just enjoy reading them. Right? Like, it's fun to me to hear, from people, this is what you think of the show or whatever, even if it's, hilariously bad. Please don't drop a bad review if you want, but make it a 5-star bad review because then it's at least fun, And it doesn't just sting.
Destroy them.
Yeah, just rake it.
Yeah.
Rake it over the coals.
Break our spirit.
So anyway, I know it's kind of a short episode. We didn't really plan on having anything to really talk about.
And we didn't.
We didn't really talk about anything. But I just wanted to give you guys an update that, we like to do shit like this and have fun. And, Brad was supposed to show up.
Yeah. Brad Klein, adept with 2 T's.
Yeah. Brad had a job interview that he apparently bombed.
A bitch interview.
So he didn't show up as planned. So it was just...
He's a coward.
Yeah.
And a traitor.
So it was just a 35-year-old and a 19-year-old having a fun times weekend. So we actually did, though. We had a great time.
We did.
Nice seeing you, buddy. Glad you came down.
Aw.
Yeah. It was a good time, though.
It was.
You got to experience everything Cassville had to offer. Good trip.
Good for a weekend to just milk a town dry and just be like, well, there's nothing left for me here.
We had some pretty good steaks, too, though.
We did. Those steaks were very good.
So, and then a huge breakfast. But now my kids are home, so I think we'll wrap this up and sign off. I think for announcements, we have the ARAM tournament coming up. So if you haven't signed up for that, it may be too late. I don't know, or maybe it already happened. I should probably check announcements. Starts 7 p.m. Teams will be put together by mid-April. So this is mid-April. If you're not into it, get into it super quick because it's coming up. I don't think he actually put a date on when it happens on
no, it says May 1st.
But
Start time is 7 p.m.
Oh,
Central
7 p.m. on May 1st. Okay,
7 p.m.
So
Central Standard Time.
Yeah, so if you want to get in on the ARAM tournament, keep in mind, I know like somebody's like, yeah, I'll
Keep
just
in mind,
pick...
ARAM sucks before you join.
But I mean, I had somebody that was like, oh yeah, I'll just play Ezreal. And I'm like, this is an ARAM tournament. You don't pick who you play. You just get random.
I'm sorry, what does the R in ARAM stand for?
Yeah, random.
Oh.
Yeah. So
that makes sense.
So anyway, I think they just thought maybe it was just like on the
like
bridge.
a Howling Abyss.
Yeah, like a Howling Abyss
Sounds
tournament.
like cancer.
They're like, no. This is an ARAM tournament. So yeah, don't come in like planning strats. And secondly, there is like more elo balancing going into this tournament. So because in past tournaments we've had issues with like, oh no, my bronze didn't show up. I'll just use this diamond player. And it's like, no, you're not. Like, that's not happening.
It explicitly says no higher elo subs will be allowed.
Right. So if you have somebody that you want to sub, have somebody like same or lower to put in there. So other than that, have a great weekend, everybody. Sorry for the late podcast. And signing off from Gasville.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody!